Hi guys, this is Tahir Majithia with you. I'm a real estate consultant in Dubai, and today I want to discuss a topic which is a very commonly asked topic to me: whether should you buy an off-plan property or should you buy a ready property. Now let me break it down for you, and I want to add as much value as possible in this video by giving you as much information I can. First and foremost, whether you want to buy an off-plan property and ready property, the first and most important factor is the availability of funds. If you have the full funds available or you're eligible to a mortgage, then yes, definitely you can go in for a ready property. If you do not have the complete funds ready and you want payments to be staggered and you want installments from the developers, then yes, an off-plan property works more in your favor. Secondly, what you need to also understand is the choice of units. When you're buying a ready property, it's not necessary you might get the exact unit you want in a particular building or a community. Whereas when you're buying an off-plan property, what happens is because you're buying it off-plan, you have the option of choosing from multiple units within that development and choosing the property which you like, which is more suited to you. In, say, for example, a townhouse community, you want something closer to the park. In a building, you want a higher floor or a better view, a particular type of layout. Next question, which is the most important thing and you need to understand, is the location. The location also is a big factor in deciding whether you want to go in for a ready or a off-plan property. The reason being is, for example, if you want something in an area like the Greens or the Meadows or Springs, there is nothing off-plan, so you have to go in for a ready property. But say, for example, you want to buy something in Jumeirah where only La Mer is the first freehold development, then obviously you'll have to go in for an off-plan property to buy something over there. So also, one more factor deciding is the ROI. What happens is when you buy a ready property, you can rent it immediately and you can start your ROI immediately. With an off-plan property, it's more like a systematic investment where you are paying over a period of time, and once you get the keys, you start renting it. Yes, there's a high possibility that a new property, which is just handed over, a brand new property which you purchased off-plan, if you compare a brand new property and an old property in the same vicinity or the same community, the new properties are fetching slightly better rents because they are new, they come with a warranty as well, less hassle, better amenities, better facilities because they've just been constructed. One more very important factor is the risk factor. If you're an investor or an end user, or basically you don't like to take risks, obviously a ready property is the most suited for you, because when you're buying a ready property, there's absolutely no risk. You're seeing the property, you're paying the price, taking the keys. Whereas in an off-plan property, yes, the laws are very good in Dubai, but still there's a certain amount of risk. There could be some delays, some changes. So always there is a small amount of risk factor which is involved when you're buying into off-plan. But vis-a-vis that risk, it can also be possible that if you buy it at the right price, you're getting a much higher return or a better value for that property because you bought it off-plan. The layouts and the finishes. What happens when you're buying a ready property, depending on how old the property is, if it's an old property like say maybe 8-10 years old, you're getting finishes which were used back in those days. Whereas when you're buying an off-plan property which is going to get finished in a few years from now, you're going to get a property which is as per the latest trends, the more newer current trends, the newer design, more contemporary, modern, depending on what the architecture of the theme is. So, but basically you will get a property which is new and you know for sure that it's going to be with the current trends. Also, some developers do make show apartments to show what the apartment is going to look like, but not necessarily every developer does that. So obviously you will have to take a call on what you're buying based on the layout. And if you understand the layouts well, you can make a right decision on whether to buy the ready property or an off-plan property. Also, you need to keep in mind that when you buy a ready property, again, depending on the age of the property, there are certain expenses which you will have to do on the upkeep and the maintenance of the old properties, which for few years in a new property you will not have to do. And last but not the least, depending on what is giving you better value, whether you're purchasing a ready property or an off-plan property, the most important thing is the value you're getting in that property. Whether are you making the purchase correct? Because most people think that, okay, I'm going to buy it today and when I sell, I'll make the profit. But that's not the truth. When you're buying, you actually make profit on the buy, because if you buy the property at the right price, the right value, the right location, the correct size, then you have made your profit today, because no matter what the markets go, whether you want to rent it, you want to sell it in the future, you will get a better value on it because you made the purchase right. So always the most important thing is whether you're buying an off-plan property or a ready property, buying the property at the right value is the key, and it also depends on your requirements, your needs. So guys, I hope I've added value on your real estate purchase. If you have any questions, get in touch with me. You can contact me on my social media handles and I'll be happy to help. Take care and see you soon.